I recently got a comment on my channel that said, when the world needed NBA Live the most, it vanished. So that got me looking into it. Will we ever see another NBA Live basketball game? Even some of 2K's biggest fans still want another basketball game out so that 2K has some sort of competition, something to strive to innovate against and compete against to make possibly a better product. Now, I'm not going to pull it up because we have seen this so many times. The infamous post from NBA Live back in 2019, I can almost say it word for word, when they told us that another NBA Live is not coming out. Live 19, they said we have our sights set on creating something fresh for the next generation of players and platforms. And since then, we really have not had much information until about 2 years ago. If you guys seen the video that I posted, this was a tweet from April 1st, 2023, where it says EA just posted a few days ago looking for a quote-unquote community coordinator, and NBA Live was mentioned at the end. This has to mean something. Now, you might be saying, okay, it was 2 years ago. I guess we're never getting another game. Well, it's going to take EA a very long time to make a basketball product. They have to get a whole team together. Then they have to create a game that they haven't made in years. So 2 years does seem decently inside the time frame of when we could get another product. And by the way, the gameplay I'm showing you all in the background is some competitive NBA Live footage from my boy Careless. His link will be in the description if you guys want to watch more. I wanted to see, what does competitive NBA Live gameplay even look like? So the subtitles, if they're throwing you off, that is not my video. That snatch block was insane right there. So anyway, you might be like, all right, well, we got that. It's been 2 years, and that's pretty much it. I guess we're really never getting another product from EA, another basketball game. It's over. 2K is going to have the domination over the basketball space for the rest of my life, and that may be true, but let's get further into it. So NBA Live was not a game, I'm not going to lie to you guys, that I was super into when it first came out. Like, I was going to switch the whole direction of my channel and blah, blah, blah. However, as you see from 2018, I made a tweet and I said, should I stream NBA Live 19 beta tonight? And I did. I actually pulled an insane amount of viewers that day. It was pretty crazy. I think it was like the most I ever had at the time. And then you see this tweet from 2021 where I said, after playing 10 plus hours of NBA Live, now it's better than NBA 2K21, not better than 2K20 though. And I still feel the same way that Live 19 is not a perfect basketball product. However, it's actually better than some of the 2Ks after 2K20, in my opinion. I mean, the games really are not that bad. We've talked about it a million times. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it when we have more to go over, but I even made a petition, as you guys see, if you were not around. About a year or two ago, we got 1,900 verified signatures for NBA Live's return. Not as much as I thought we were going to get, but still quite a bit of people, and that's just from people that reached out from my video. You know, if the entire community seen that, probably would have got a lot more signatures as well. So now we are to today. What I was trying to explain is that a lot of people will comment on any NBA Live video where someone says anything positive about it, and they'll be like, oh, you guys trashed the game when it came out. And yes, a lot of people did. However, I was not one of those people who was like, NBA Live is the worst product ever, blah, blah, blah. It's just that 2K19 was out at the time, and I do believe that 2K19 and 2K20 were better games. It's just an unfortunate time when this game came out. EA tried to compete with 2K by doing very little to no microtransactions, and it was awesome. You got 30 different sceneries to play. I mean, we could go on and on. Like I said, I'm not going to stop here and talk about this all day. But if it would have came out 2K21, 2K22, and competed against those games, it might have actually had a difference in where we are now. We might have still been getting products to this day. Now, the reason why we do not just get another game from another company on console, a simulation basketball game like 2K or NBA Live 19, is because, as most of you all know, it is very expensive to get the license, the NIL, the name, image, and likeness to use, LeBron James' actual face and name, his jersey, Curry, things like that. And a lot of basketball fans are going to want that inside of the game. Now, you might be wondering, okay, does 2K have a monopoly on the basketball space? And technically, by definition, they do not. As you all see, this says right here, in 2019, the NBA and NBPA and Take-Two announced a significant 7-year licensing deal, so 7 years, reportedly worth up to $1.1 billion, extending their partnership. This agreement ensures that 2K can continue to produce 2K games, name, image, likeness, blah, blah, blah. The licensing fee, for those of you who are wondering how that even comes to a $1 billion price, is based on a percentage of Take-Two or NBA's related sales, estimated at 10 to 15% of the game revenue, blah, blah, blah. What you really need to know is, like I said, the game is not technically a monopoly because they just have a piece of it. Someone else could come in and grab a piece as well, but $1 billion is $1 billion, and that was also in 2019. So here's where we get to the real interesting part. We've got people, I've got so many comments of people saying this throughout, the years, but you see, I'm so over 2K, I went back to NBA Live 19. I mean, we still have people playing this game. I just went back to it recently, and there was people playing the game. You could get a game within 20, 30 seconds basically every single time. There's still a community there. There's a lot of people that are very upset with the product that 2K has been creating for the last few years, whether it's the microtransactions, the gameplay, whatever it is. There will be lots of people, hundreds of thousands of dissatisfied, disappointed 2K customers that will just buy NBA Live out of spite, or any other basketball game that is a simulation, out of spite, just because of how upset they are with 2K. I've already seen thousands of comments when I bring that up. Yes, I will buy the game. I'm talking about they will buy it before even seeing gameplay. That's how many upset fans there are in the 2K space. They will just get it because it's another game. That's it. They don't have to see anything else. So there is a guaranteed large amount of sales there. NBA Live, EA, whoever could take advantage of this. Now remember, that license was signed in 2019 and it is up in 6 years. Okay, 6 years. And if you're paying attention, we're coming up very close on that 6 years. You see the 7-year licensing agreement between the NBA, NBAPA, and Take-Two Interactive for the NBA 2K series, announced in January 2019, is set to end in January 2026. Now, I'm not saying that EA, for example, is going to come in and they're going to buy it up completely and create a monopoly. That's no. But perhaps maybe they could do $700 million and then charge 2K $700 million. That way they make $1.4 billion in total, $300 million more than they made last time. Now they got 2 different paying customers. You see, that's just an example of what could possibly happen. Maybe it's worth more than that now. Maybe $800 million each, and now they make $1.6 billion instead of charging 2K this time, let's say $1.3 billion. That's $300 extra million where they could come in. Now also, like I said, there's a whole huge market of players that will just get on this game no matter what. I do strongly believe, even without the NBA license, that lots of people would play a park-related game. It wouldn't be as big as 2K, where they have MyGM, Play Now Online, My Team, Park, all those modes. But if they made a mode that was strictly around Park, where you could create a player, come up to 99 overall, blah, 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 without the NBA licensing, and it had a good upgrade system, good rewards, I think that a lot of people would still buy that game. Just because they can't use LeBron's jersey or whatever it is, doesn't mean they're not going to buy a game they enjoy playing that is basketball that has good gameplay. Lots of people are upset by strictly just where 2K has been going down gameplay-wise, microtransactions, all that. So if there's a good, fun-to-play game, it doesn't really need to have the NBA license. So either way, I think that there is room for another one coming very soon. Who knows if we'll see NBA Live 26, but you guys seen it's been about 2 years since they looked for this community manager. The license is coming up. Lots of people are upset. If they're looking at the market, they've seen that 2K players are upset. They're dissatisfied. They're disappointed. They're whatever you can think of with the 2K product. So maybe, just maybe, we'll be seeing an NBA Live 26. Guys, click this video to see my last NBA Live video if you want to go check it out. And I'm out of here. Peace.